What's happening, friends? Today, nice hot weather. Actually, it's beach weather, but I thought I'd spend some time with you guys for a little bit. Oil filters. Let's get into it. So, what what is a good air filter or a good oil filter? Well, in the case of oil filters, you want something that's gonna strain the dirt, any grit, any small metal particles out of the oil. And you want your oil to be able to lubricate your engine. All those shiny little metal parts need lubrication because the engine heats up, and metal, unfortunately, metal, when it comes in contact with other metals, tends to get excited, heat going on, rubbing up against each other, and they end up sticking together in a bad way. So that's why you got to have that cushion of oil to bring them close together, but not touching. So, my first oil change, first oil change since I had the vehicle was the SuperTech. Relatively inexpensive. If I can get this box open. So the filter I pulled out of the vehicle would be this. Nice. Little metal divider. This thing was gushing oil when I took it out. I pulled it out and it's just drip, 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 oil everywhere. Big mess. So that got me to thinking, maybe I need a better oil filter. And that's when going to Walmart, I discovered that Walmart had their own brand of oil filter. Now, that did work better, but I wasn't quite satisfied. I went online, checked a couple of things out, and there were other filters to consider. There's the Fram, there's the Mobil one. I heard tell that Purolator one had an oil filter. STP has an oil filter. So many to choose from. Just unbelievable. So how do you pick the right one? Well, you have some cars have 4-cylinder engines, some cars have 6, 8. Now, if you're talking about brands, I've always kind of liked Fram, but a lot of people don't like Fram. They say Fram is crap. Your car will let you know. Your car will let you know. If you got a bad oil filter, your car is going to let you know. You're going to have problems. But when you get the right parts, your car will be happy. Your car will perform like it's supposed to. It'll breathe better. It'll respond better. It'll pick up speed. And I'm not saying this is a turbo boost or anything like that. But as the oil gets dirtier, the air filter gets dirtier, you lose performance. And you can get that back with the right oil filters and air filters. And that brings us to the Supertech, which I replaced with the Fram Force. Seemed to be a good, pretty decent filter. Now they did have, Fram does make other oil filters, but I wanted to start off small and work my way up. So I got this one, slapped that in there. I even used the Supertech oil. And this would be the Supertech oil filter. This feels heavier. This one feels light, and it's been a year. It's been over a year since I've changed this. But this feels light. This one feels a little heavier. Not much, but you can tell there's a weight difference. You can even hear it. They look like they made the same. But the difference is in the quality. This filter, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know who made this one. Doesn't say. But this one, like I said, was dripping oil all over the place. It just couldn't do what I wanted it to do, was get as much dirt as possible and contain it. Now, the Supertech filter did a lot better. It did better. Made in, does that say USA? Yep, made in USA. Ooh, Fram Ultra. Now, how in the world Fram Ultra? Why is it in that box? That's interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so this filter says Fram Ultra. I actually have a Fram Ultra. Now mind you, I got these filters at different times, so there's no way I could have switched them out. But I'm wondering, why is this one saying Fram Ultra? So I'm looking through my this one says Fram 2. Yep, okay. Well, let's investigate. Let's go through these oil filters. So, first one I showed you has no name on it. Don't know what that is. Could have been Supertech. I doubt it, because I got these at separate times. This one, Fram Force box, should have been the one for the Supertech, but it clearly says Fram Ultra. Problem is, this isn't a Fram Ultra box, but it did work better than the other filter. That much I can tell you. So the Fram, assuming this is actually what it is, the Fram Ultra filter works a lot better than the Supertech, and it's not much more expensive. Whoops. Fram Ultra filter. I don't know how. Well, I got an idea. When they were boxing at the manufacturer, they probably put the wrong one in there. Because like I said, I bought these separate. It's like my next oil change that's coming up. I haven't bought a filter for that one yet. So let's go on to the next one. Fram Tough Guard. Now at this point, this is when they start putting labels on them. Let me see if I... Premium protection. And as you can see, it's got the little dial on there. It shows you, okay, they got 1, 2. So this is supposed to be the third best. So after that, so if you're following me, this should have been the one. Protecting the product of USA. Looking at the design, holy crap. Holy crap. I figured it out, y'all. This one doesn't feel as heavy. Well, yeah, it don't feel as heavy as a Fram. You know how sometimes you get to the store and there's only one product on the shelf left and it's already been opened, but you really need it, so you just pick it up and grab it? Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. So the Tough Guard and that's dirty. That is dirty. I just had a thought, y'all. That's dirty, but that's one of the oldest tricks in the book. You take out the expensive part, you put it in the cheap box. That way when they scan it, you paying half the price for a more expensive part. That, really? People still do that? Okay, so somebody switched it. At first I thought maybe it was at the manufacturer, but now that I'm thinking about it, this was somebody in the store that didn't want to pay that price for the Fram. Because this particular filter is not, it don't have the writing on there like the Fram. See, this one you can clearly see. If I can get that, there it is. You can clearly see Fram written on there. But it's still a good filter. It doesn't have that metal piece in it, but it's still a good filter. So which one was this? Okay. It's not going to make much of a difference with this other filter. So we'll leave that one in there. Fram force. TG, XG. Interesting, very interesting. So after that, I moved on to what I think was the ultra synthetic. Doing my research, I found out that, yeah, this old Chevy came from the factory with synthetic oil. Regular synthetic oil, nothing fancy about it. But a lot of times when you buy used vehicles, they don't want to pay that synthetic price. So they get the cheap stuff, or they just get the basic oil. And that gave me some problems. So I've had to change not only the oil filter, I have to change other components that I can't even name right now. And just terrible. So moving right along, let's see here. The Fram Ultra. Okay. Fram. But this one isn't made in the USA. This one is made in China. Let's see. Is there a difference? I think it is. I think it is. Made in USA. Made in China. The one from China and the one from the United States is made a little bit different. Not much, but a little bit different. The little cone at the top is where you can tell. But I noticed since I bought that one, what they started doing is they taped the box from the factory so that nobody can just swap out the filters. So evidently at some point in time, they were aware that people were swapping out parts, probably because people would call in with complaints. Oh, this filter is crap. It didn't work. My car did this. So when they investigated the situation, they probably found out that, yeah, That filter isn't crap. Is crap, but the problem isn't that the problem is that it's not their filter. This one, I have no idea whose filter this is, but that was the first one. That was the one that was already in the vehicle. And of course, this is the Fram Ultra, according to the label, made in the United States. So when you get a Fram filter, a lot of people say, oh, well, Fram is this, Fram is that. Not all Fram filters are made in the United States. Now, either way, I've had good results with both of them, the one made in China and the one made in the United States. Let's see, is the other one, where's the other one made at? Let's take a look. US. Okay. I don't think this is a Fram filter either. Good, but wasn't good enough for my taste. Wasn't good enough for me. So, and that leads us, Ultra, I don't know why that's in there. So after that, I said, I wonder if they got any other filters that I can use. I couldn't find any. They might have, but I went to 2 Walmarts and I didn't find anything better than this as far as Fram goes. They might have one, but I haven't seen it yet. And this is supposed to be the ultimate protection. So I went out and bought me another one. This one, why they changed it, I don't know. Like I said, this one's made in China. And this one is also made in China. But it has that classic Fram color. So they're trying to distinguish themselves from other brands. Nothing wrong with that. You want to stand out. Ooh, sorry about that. So, Tough Guard made in the US, sturdy, picked up a lot of oil. It did drip some, but not as much as the other filters. Then you have the Ultra Synthetic, which is supposed to be made better for vehicles that take synthetic oil, vehicles that use synthetic oil. And the reason why I went back to Fram is because I used it on my Toyota that I used to have a while back, and I didn't have any problems. I can get on the highway, hit the accelerator, you know, good tune-up, good quality air filter, good quality oil filter. The tires I had were crappy, but as far as the engine itself, it was good. I can only assume they changed the design because they were having problems, and when they addressed these issues, they decided to switch things up a little bit. Like I said, this one is good, this one is a little better, and this one, as far as the FRAM filters go, is pretty decent also. I think I have a FRAM filter in there. Yeah, I do. I have a FRAM filter. No, I don't. I changed that. Sorry. My mistake. I could not find a FRAM filter to go into this engine. That 4-liter Ecotec is very popular. So I had to pick another brand. Now this was the last filter that came out of the vehicle. I'm trying to see the writing on there. Okay. FRAM Ultra. So like I said, the FRAM filters, I don't know if this is the older one or a newer one. I believe it's a newer one. But some people get in the store, they don't want to pay that price, so they pop that seal and they switch the filters around. I don't think that's a good thing, but how can you stop it? This one's made in China. It says FRAM. Then of course, this one is orange. This one made in China. This one has the little metal divider. I'm trying to see, where is this one made? See the FRAM made made in USA. Just barely saw it. And it should show up now. Made in USA. So the one made in USA is designed slightly different from the ones made in China. It has a wider opening. Ones in China have a smaller opening. Same company, but for some reason it's just made differently. And of course, the one that I have in there now would be the Mobil one. So far, I've had very few problems. The problem I'm having now is I'm losing oil. Not a lot, maybe like half a quart. And I can tell I'm losing oil because the lifters sound like it's clanging. That tapping noise. And then as soon as I put like a half a quart of oil in there, it goes away. So now my search is for better oil. The Supertech oil was good, but it was leaving me a whole quart low by the time I had to change the oil. I tried the Valvoline, all the synthetic Valvolines, and that got me down to a half a quart. So maybe it was 2-3 months ago, I tried a quart of Castro. I put like a 4, yeah, maybe like a 4th in there, and it waited a while. The next day, it idled up real high. You could hear that tapping, and then as I was driving, it just lowered, and it caught me off guard because it seemed like it was like the car just cut off, but it didn't. It just, that noise went down. So then when it went down again, I put the rest of it in there and it quieted down some more. So I'm gonna try, I've tried a quarter Castro. I want to try the Fram oil, see if that does anything. If it responds quicker, then on my next oil change, I'll use a Fram motor oil. If not, then I'll just switch over to Castro. Well, that is it for Ronan's Garage. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you out on the road.